Welcome back to this, the most likely last episode of the Dark Souls No Shield run. It has all come down to this. This is it. This is the last section of the game. We've slain a lot of bosses. We have followed the instructions of some very, very odd people. We've gathered souls, and now the guy who sent us on the quest in the first place is fucking sleeping. Asshole.
No, I'm fine. Well and wide awake. Do not treat me like an old withering snake.
Wake up. Damn you. Also, decent gear, please. Okay, I'm equipped. Not going to be needing the bow. Do we have the right spells equipped? It's a good question. Screw it, let's assume so.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
Yes, actually.
Very well. Then stay still for a moment.
Single to the Lord Vessel, please. Thank you, O great masticating snake. Let's start this shit. Okay then. So as the plot has told us so far, we have to face Gwyn to take his place. Now there are two ways of doing this. You can fight your way past these guys. I'm not really deeply planning on that approach. They are a great source of shards of the Titanite variety. No questioning that. Never tried sprinting down here. This may go very wrong. No help available anyway. That's a problem. Critical thing here, jump. Hahaha. But it went well to start with. It went well to start with. So that was our nemesis, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, the big boss, the main man, final boss, and so on. Which is a good song, if you know the artist I'm thinking of. If you don't, you probably won't think it's a good song. I guess maybe here I should be equipping my headpiece of stamina recovery. But I'd kind of like to finish this well dressed for once. I have finished this before. Oh dear. In all manner of crazy attire. I'm not always wearing ridiculous things, but the first time I finished it, I did look like a heavily armoured duck. Which was a combination of Havel's and the gold-hemmed black. Whoa, that was close. Not so good. shit. Fuck. Shit! Press them! Pressing the right button. Always a good tip in boss fights. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. And I have his soul. It would have been so stylish to get that on the first attempt, and for a crazy moment, when those first few parries were going well, I really thought, I'm gonna do this first try, and it's gonna be frickin' awesome. But, you know, let's just use Celeste's talisman here. So, that's it. That is everything. The game is done. We cannot leave this area. This playthrough is complete, except for one last choice. Now, you can either light this bonfire, or you can walk out that door. One of the endings is very obscure. The other one, not so much. Which one do we want to do? Because the goal we were given was to link the fire and succeed Lord Gwyn. But it's not quite as simple as that. Which one do we want to do? It doesn't make much difference, but it's a choice of end sequence. I think perhaps... Now, we're the good guys. We're the good guys. My personal opinion is that this is the good ending, and the other one is the evil ending, but you can discover that one for yourself. So, let's finish this. So that was Dark Souls. I'm not sure what to make of that ending. Never have been, but it kind of fades out and leaves it to you. So you can make up your own your own mind what happens there. So that's the end of our No Shield run. That is the finish. I'm quite pleased that I made it to the end. I wasn't quite sure at the start whether I was going to complete the series, just whether I would have the stamina for it, whether I'd lose interest and do something else, or whether it would just be too hard. Because I never finished this game without a shield until this time, and it seemed slightly crazy, but I'd heard that other people had done it. I very carefully hadn't watched anyone finish the game with a no shield run. I watched some episodes of The Boxer, by which I think is by Kazmieras. I'm going to mispronounce his name. Kazmieras. I'm so sorry, Kaz. I do apologise, but you should really dig out his channel. Just search for The Boxer, Dark Souls, and you'll find his videos. He is a very entertaining man to watch. so I definitely recommend that. And Here's the Boxer series is priceless. It was kind of the inspiration for this. I did try a little bit. I got a little bit far doing a Cestus only punching your way through run. I watched, I think, his series up until Ornstein and Smorgstein Smoo, and at that point, watching him complete that, I kind of decided that maybe it wasn't for me. I did get as far as the Capra Demon, so I dropped the Capra Demon with nothing but a +3 Cestus and a +2 Cestus. But then I decided that I really wanted to get to try Ambi Swords. Now, in Dark Souls 1, as you could tell, just from that previous episode, you can just parry with an empty hand, so having a weapon in your offhand is largely stylistic, unless you occasionally want to get a blow in with an extra, with a different bit of damage. If you're using a very fast weapon in your offhand, or if you're just using a punch dagger, something like that, a Cestus or similar, then you can get a very quick attack in, which can be very nice. It's good for disrupting mobs if they are stopped by your attacks. So that's kind of interesting doing it that way. I did try claws. I tried. You can buy claws from the man in the same trader who you make friends with the wood people. Go to just before Quelaag, and you can befriend that guy and buy claws off him. But they're a bit slow. They're not as dynamic and quick as I would have expected. They're really quite hefty weapons. It's a lot slower than a katana, for example, or most swords, most weapons other than the sort of great weapons. So. Yeah, so kind of was put off that, and I sort of thought, well, let's try Ambi, and admittedly it is largely stylistic. Dark Souls 2 looks very interesting in that regard. It's been very rebalanced. There are some very nice videos out there from some very good YouTube channels, so I definitely check out their thoughts on what Dark Souls 2 is going to be like. There's some interesting stuff in the way that they've redone healing and the way that combat's been redone, the fact that two-weapon fighting is actually a style now rather than simply a disadvantage. So that's going to be quite fun. I'm not keen on, as if you've seen my the previous video where I went through the Tomb of the Giants, there are apparently some sections of Dark Souls 2 which are quite heavily based around having a torch in one hand, and I really hope you can attack with that torch, because if that's a fighting style, that's one thing. If it's just like having a stupid lantern in one hand and no shield, I'm gonna be kind of vexed by that, really, and I hope those sections don't last long. But it'll be a challenge, and it is possible, to do that. We kind of discovered that, so. So that's been the series. I hope it has been enjoyable. I hope it's been entertaining. This is now New Game Plus. I likely will be continuing with this. This will be a different series if I do record these videos.
The dark sign brands the undead.
Yes, indeed it does.
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
So this is the start of New Game Plus. You simply go straight into it.
Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
So there's a final taster. And you can see there.
This is your fate.
But this time round, I'm imprisoned in my full gear. I retain my level, I will retain virtually everything I have. Just a few choice game easing items will have been removed, access to all areas removed, everything is fresh. And everyone is harder, and worth more XP. And you can play New Game Plus, you can finish it and play New Game Plus Plus, Plus Plus Plus, Plus 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 Plus, Plus D Plus, and so on. You can just keep going. There is a maximum character level. I'm not sure whether or not, I think +7 may be the last game playthrough, or failing that, it's just limited by character level. I'm not certain. But, this has been the No Shield run. I hope it's been enjoyable. So, if so, please feel free, if you wish, to like videos or subscribe to this channel. I will be posting bits and pieces at some point. If there are things you'd like to see, if there are things you absolutely hated, please do post in the comments. If you could keep them to English as might be expressed by people, then that would be great. But it is YouTube, so I don't really expect that. My expectations are high on that front. But you individually are, I'm sure, fantastic. So thank you very much for watching. Your time is certainly appreciated. I hope this has been entertaining. And that's that. So from me, goodbye until the next series. So I will see you anon. Cheerio.